Do you know what topic we are going to discuss in this video? Do you know how important, how significant 7th March in the history of this nation? Do you believe a speech can change the history of a country? Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody, welcome to 7-Minute Learning, and we will discuss in this video about 7th March address, or simply you can say 7th March speech that was delivered the founding father of this nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And the place was in Dhaka, Ramna. The particular place was Race Course Maidan. It no longer exists. Now we call it Suhrawardy Udyan. Approximately 10 lakhs people were present there, and they listened to him. They obeyed what he said. The speech was given in the afternoon. It was 19 minutes long, and it was a fiery speech. It was infuriated the people of this nation. And this speech is called Informal Declaration of Independence. We know that if we go to the background, Britain ruled us approximately 190 years. After that, in 1947, we got a country, but not freedom. Pakistan was divided into two parts, East and West. West always thought or used to think they are superior than ours, so they have their rights to rule us. The father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, actually mentioned about 1952, how we shed our blood. 1954, where actually we won in the election, but we couldn't rule this nation. And 1958, where Ayub Khan took control of this nation by saying that he will establish democracy, but he didn't. In 1966, Bangabandhu declared 6-point movement. Then after that, he was arrested for the Agartala conspiracy case. He was jailed for 3 years. In 1970, there was an election, and Awami League, the party, got majority, and after that they were not handed over the power, because the Pakistani always thought that they will not be ruled by the Bengalis. The National Assembly were supposed to inaugurate 3rd March, but in the first March, unexpectedly, suddenly, Yahya Khan declared in radio that this inaugural session will be postponed, and definitely he postponed it. And that's why 2nd March was called strike by Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in a speech in Polton Maidan. 3rd March, the non-cooperation movement started, and that went on until this was 25th March. In the speech, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman mentioned lots of things. He mentioned how the Bengali nation were deprived by Pakistani rulers financially, culturally, linguistically, and definitely in lots of opportunities. He started his speech by saying, "My dear brothers," and he ended by saying, "Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu." And definitely he gave some conditions, and if I mention, there were 4 conditions in that speech. First condition, the immediate lifting of martial law. You know what is martial law? So Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman actually told them to withdraw martial law. And the second condition was the immediate withdrawal of all military personnel to their barracks. Definitely, military personnel were spread out everywhere in the roads, in public places. So that's why he told them to withdraw that personnel, the troops, and definitely they told them to go back to the barracks. Number 3, third condition was the immediate transfer of power to the selected body or to the East Pakistanis. To the Bengalis. Because Bengalis were selected bodies. So the fourth and the last condition was a proper inquiry into the loss of during the conflict. You already understand. Before 7th March, there were conflict going on and lots of people were killed. Lots of people injured by the Pakistani military junta. And that's why Bangabandhu said that they should run an inquiry of how many people died and who killed them and about all of this. And he gave some directives for the Bengali people. There were approximately 7 directives. Directives means you already understand. Suggestions that what the Bengali people should do or should not do. The first, there were lots of directives. Maybe I wrote down several directives, approximately 5. So first, people should not pay taxes. You understand that a government is run by the money of its people. So if the people don't pay taxes, definitely the government feel it. The government will feel it, and government could not or cannot run a country. And that's why Bangabandhu said that we should not pay taxes. Second is government servants. Government servants from the East Pakistan, they should not obey by the rules of West Pakistanis or West Pakistani rulers. They should not run their offices. They should listen only Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The third directive was the secretariat, government, semi-government courts should observe a strike except some situations, except some exemptions. And the fourth directive was only local and inter-district telephone lines should function. You already understand. That means there should be no communication between two parts of Pakistan. And here, whatever we are doing, it should not go in that part. So that's why he said that local and interlocal telephone should function, not international telephone. You already understand. So that's it. And number 5, he said railway and ports could continue to function, but they should not or they could not help the Pakistani troops or they should not work for the Pakistani purposes. So that's all. It's a long history. I just talked about very few things I mentioned in this video. Thank you very much for listening and definitely watching, and keep watching 7 Minutes Learning. I will come with lots of videos of history, philosophy, literature, and definitely language and what not. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.